Hello everyone and welcome to Grumpy Old Soldiers. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. How you doing, Brian, Devin, and Cheryl? And Night Clover, who is sometimes Night K Lover, I don't know what that is. And Ron Jeremy and the usual misfits.
Hey, yeah, Devin, Cheryl, Brian.
You know, Chuck, I heard Night Clover was a bully still.
Oh yeah. You're just trying to get me to bully him.
No, not really, because he's been bullying everybody.
Well, maybe he deserved it.
Night Clover.
Eric's not a bully. He's bloodthirsty, but he ain't a bully.
Yeah, that's true. He is bloodthirsty.
Not everybody has to walk around the house with bubble wrap on their head.
Shut your mouth.
I might have to start doing that too.
Didn't I?
Yeah. So how y'all doing tonight, you guys?
Ain't complaining.
Doing good.
Cool.
Waiting to see how you do after you haven't done a show in a minute.
I know.
You can do it, brother. I got my fingers crossed.
I took a month off on purpose, and then got 3 more weeks off that I didn't want. So Dylan, how you doing, man? What's going on in your life? What are you doing? Who are you dating? Who are you wearing? Shit like that.
I'm good. Just hanging out, you know, working this time and third and everything else.
Holy shit, is that the real vaping bachelor I see?
Oh, no way.
Hey, Bachelor, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Bachelor.
Hope things are going along swimmingly.
Hippie popped in.
Bub.
Oh.
How you doing, Bachelor? How's the health doing? I hope it's doing good now that I've opened my big mouth and ass.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's hard to type with one finger.
Yeah. So how you been, Jim? How's the weather?
I've been good. Trying to lay low.
Yeah. So what's new with you, JT?
Well, another week, man. Halfway through it.
Cool.
Looking forward to what? Oh, the day after tomorrow.
What's going to happen?
It'll be Friday.
Oh, yeah. That's
sorry.
One more day closer to the bus ride.
Yeah. I set up a little concert hall to have a nice little gig for myself, you know. What have you been doing, Chuck?
Oh, it's funny that you bring that up.
Oh, we're not laughing?
No, it's funny. Well, the tooth pain is down to a lower level. I'm taking less painkillers for it. It's all over the counter stuff. But I'm going to have to go back and get some more stuff done. I got another filling that's ready to come out. And it's going to give me some new bottom partials. Well, not give them to me, of course. But
picked up some JB Weld.
Yeah. Well, I took the part on that where they took the tooth out. That was one of the anchor teeth, and it had little twines going around it, and I clipped them down and filed them down, and it's working pretty well, and it's staying in place pretty well.
Yeah, I got a Dremel set that I have at the ready.
Yeah, I forgot that I have one too.
Yeah, well, if you notice, that's what they're doing is basically body work.
Yeah, and that's what they use as a Dremel, or the dental equipment.
Yeah, Dylan, that's a little tool. It's what men use when they have jobs and stuff, and it spins around.
Yeah, you'll like that. You can put a vibrator on it.
Oh.
Chuckle.
I'm sorry. I'll be nice. Not that I know.
I know. He knows where the one is in the kitchen.
That's fucked up. Howdy, Mr. Six-Pack Kid.
Hey, Nick. How you doing, man?
Dave.
Hey, Nick. Now, what do you mean it isn't dead? He said his cancer isn't dead, but holding on by a thread.
Oh,
Thank you, brother.
that's a
Doing
good thing.
immunotherapy.
Okay.
Dude, I don't know if you thought of this yet, but I got a sharp jackknife. I'll go cut that critter out.
So you notice we have a show tonight. That's because we got new internet today, and now I can do a show.
Yay!
Yay! What?
Nice.
You got a mouse in your pocket?
Yeah. And Devin, shut your mouth. I'm not gonna risk that for Chuck's channel. Thank
yeah,
you.
Yeah, I don't want to get demonetized. I'm not monetized, but I still don't want it.
That's
And-
why on Chuck's show I'm being professional. Thank you.
Yeah. And our master bedroom is still in our living room, and our laundry room is in the master bedroom now. We're working on that too. But
What?
Do it like Beer Hunter, you know?
Yeah.
And make it more interesting where you're gonna wind up.
yeah. Yeah, well, we got approval today that we can basically just go ahead and start ordering all the hardware and lumber and stuff.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah, the shower we wanted, the shower that we were looking at, just came down $300 in price. It's down to under $1,000 now. So
Uh-huh.
that worked out.
Hell, you go to the homewares department and you get them big round tubs and a garden hose.
That-
And then you get a Ziploc baggie and some duct tape, and then you poke some holes in the Ziploc baggie,
get a
duct tape it on the end of the garden hose, you get a shower head.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
And what was it they used on Green Acres to tell them to turn it off and turn it on?
I don't remember. Well, I got a little video here by Grim Green explaining what happened with the FDA in case anybody is still curious about that. And let's see, it is right here.
These videos are educational in nature and are designed to help people over 21 who smoke cigarettes switch to a less harmful alternative. All right. What's up, everybody? It's
don't
Grim
get no
Green. I
sound.
figured since we're talking about the
Doesn't-
Supreme
Ah,
Court today.
jeez. Let me try that again. I forgot to share the sound.
Damn it, Dylan.
Okay.
Don't-
Damn it.
Lover, don't blame me for this. I had no.
But it's your fault.
No, it's not. I don't have it control over.
It's generational. It is your fault.
Okay,
I'm
here,
not a
guys.
millennial.
I'm going to go ahead and start it again. We didn't need to see the intro. You know who it
I
is.
needed to be the most, presentable, corporate, Supreme Court friendly Grim Green I can be. It's not too bad, right? Wages and White Lion versus the FDA. I feel like we've been talking about this for years because we have literally been talking about it for years, but it happened. It finally happened Monday, December 2nd. Oral arguments were heard in front of the Supreme Court. In this video, I'm giving you no background information because we've been talking about it for years, but if you're really starting from like square one, I did do a little 4-minute video on kind of everything you need to know, like the background of this case, and I'll post the link for that video in the description of this video. Before we get to my takeaways and honestly just how amazing of a trip this was, I would like to hear from some other people first.
This has been a day that the vapor industry has been waiting for 10 plus years, the opportunity to actually get before a court and explain how the FDA has bungled this process and violated the Administrative Procedures Act. We remain hopeful that we're going to get a positive result in this case. But the bottom line is that we need the Trump administration, the incoming administration, the one that promised during the campaign, we're going to save flavored vaping. We need the new FDA director, whoever that ends up being, to come in with the intent of cleaning up the FDA Center for Tobacco Products. Certainly a great day. We'll see what the result is. But what we all know is that in the end, this is an administrative problem. We need the new Trump administration to actually take action to save flavored vaping.
Hey Nick, Jim McCarthy here from American Vapor Manufacturers. Just want to give you my analysis takeaways from today's oral argument at the Supreme Court. Let me break it up in terms of good news and bad news. Good news first, every one of the 6 conservative justices zeroed in on how the FDA had moved the goalposts for vape applications. That's strong, and it shows they can see how FDA, acted improperly. Second item of good news is that the government did not even attempt to seek shelter in the legal doctrines that give deference to the agency's expertise. They basically argued that any errors or contradictory guidance that they may have given doesn't really matter because they would reject those applications anyway. The 6 conservative justices are, not likely to look upon that posture very favorably. When FDA tried that at the Fifth Circuit, you can see in that opinion, the agency got completely torched by those judges. The other piece of good news is there seemed to be broad acknowledgement across the entire court that vaping is used by many Americans to quit smoking. And that is huge. And that's a major, sea change in, official attitudes toward vaping. And it was striking that none of the justices even attempted to contest that, and it seemed to accept it as just a matter of conventional, accepted, understood scientific fact. The bad news: many of the justices seem to have a hard time grasping what changed in FDA's guidance, when that happened, and why that's a problem. Brett Kavanaugh, for example, said, "Why don't the vape companies just go to the back of the line? If they got rejected, start over and try again." Justices Kagan and Sotomayor insisted that FDA had been perfectly clear all along. That's kind of hard to hear and a little bit of a coffee spitter. It's so at odds with the actual facts, but nevertheless, that's what they articulated from the bench. Takeaways. I would say, number one, because so many of the justices seem to be naive about FDA's shenanigans, the justices that do understand what FDA pulled here are going to carry a lot more sway when all the justices meet together in a few weeks for what's called a judicial conference. And that's when they deliberate the pros and cons of the case and what they heard at oral argument, and they begin to stake positions and decide how they're going to vote on the case. Sotomayor, for example, asserted during the argument today that flavors are used to mask or cover up tobacco flavor, which of course is not how vaping liquids work at all. She seemed to think that the default flavor was tobacco, which is not the case and makes no sense. She also claimed that adults would not use blueberry flavor. And those are the kinds of what I would gently call naive arguments that will be trounced in judicial conference. And it'll be very hard for her to persuade other justices to that point of view. Justice Kavanaugh, let's remember, has been closely focused on how FDA regulates these devices for 10 plus years. He demanded petitions and explanations from FDA 2 years ago about these cases in particular. So he and his clerks have a much, much deeper understanding than what Justice Sotomayor demonstrated today. So when they all get together as a conference, you can imagine that a justice like Kavanaugh, who knows this a lot deeper, can pull out the citations, knows the fact pattern much better, will carry a lot more sway. I guess overall, I'm, guardedly optimistic. I would have loved to have seen more fire and brimstone and, FDA in the dunk tank a lot more today. But, the justices don't always reveal how they feel about the case. The questions that they put to the lawyers are intended to pressure test their arguments, not necessarily to tip their own hand about how they may vote ultimately in the case. And I think that even if the court rebukes FDA on some of the legal aspects, not even all of them, but just a few of them, like moving the goalposts, for example, or causing punitive harm to the vape companies, that defeat for the agency will make it much easier politically and morally for the White House to push a more pro-vape policy at FDA. So I'm hopeful that that's where it's headed, and we got to hope for the best as ever.
Well, certainly the justices asked some very pointed questions, and they seem to get the issues that are in this case. I would not hazard to guess how this is going to come out, because you really can't read the tea leaves, in my experience, from what questions get asked in an oral argument. And I've seen cases before where judges or justices will ask certain questions, you walk out of there thinking you've won, and you lose. Sometimes judges or justices hammer the side that they actually rule for. So I can't tell you what's going to happen in this case. I think it'll be a close decision. With what's coming up, with the new Solicitor General coming in, with the new FDA management coming in, it may absolutely totally change. It may moot this case out. We may have a new day.
Big thank you to the Gregs, Greg Conley, Greg Troutman, Vape Law Guy, and Jim McCarthy, AVM. I guess my big takeaways from this are, win or lose, it was really nice to see the FDA held at least a little bit accountable for the whole PMTA process. We watched them over the course of years constantly move the goalposts. And like Jim said, a lot of the justices, the conservative justices, saw this goalpost moving. They did lean into the FDA a little bit. It wasn't the slam dunk bloodbath that people were saying necessarily it was going to be. I tried to temper my expectations. So what I did see, I really enjoyed. I thought they leaned into FDA pretty good. And at one point, like Jim pointed out, Kavanaugh was saying, well, they could just go to the back of the line and reapply. Oh, they can just reapply. And he kept kind of drilling that home like, oh, well, they can just reapply, right?
You know, start over and try again.
They can just reapply. And it seemed to me like there was, I don't know, man, some sarcasm in his voice, like, oh, well, they can just reapply. They can just reapply. They can just reapply.
You know, start over and try again.
It seemed like, to me, he was trying to make a point. There were some, as Jim pointed out, coffee spitter moments. I was surprised after hearing what they had heard and reading all of the amicus briefs that they read that Justice Keegan said things like, well, the FDA, that, you know, to me, I don't see what the issue is. They've been upfront since the very beginning. I had to physically choke down like an audible gasp in the courtroom when she said that. Justice Sotomayor just doesn't seem to know what vaping is to begin with, or the difference between vaping and smoking, or even nicotine and tobacco. I think that she thinks that nicotine tastes like tobacco and is a flavor that needs to be masked. It was interesting to see at least all of the Supreme Court justices kind of recognize that vaping is substantially less harmful than smoking cigarettes. That was kind of a across the board, they all sort of agreed on that. And even though the Chevron deference has been struck down and FDA didn't say you can just rely on our expertise, it seems like Justice Sotomayor really wants to just rely on their expertise. If FDA says that blueberry flavors attract kids, then blueberry flavors attract kids. It doesn't actually matter if blueberry flavors attract kids because FDA says they do, so they do. Being a very non-lawyer, high school only educated burnout, I don't know what to make of this. I can't call it either way. It seems like they really did lean into the FDA a lot to me, but it seems like there were some justices that just kind of didn't understand vaping or why adults would want flavors to begin with. Ultimately, we're not going to know for weeks, possibly up to months, we're not going to know the ruling on this. All we can do is be hopeful and wait. And like Greg said, there's a new administration coming in, and they made some promises, and we now, as the vape community, industry, whatever you want to call us, we now get to hold them accountable and remind them, hey, remember when you said you'd save flavored vaping? Hi, there's millions of us. I, for one, despite everything, am looking forward to a healthy change in leadership at Food and Drug Administration's Center for Tobacco Products. Now, on a personal note, Washington, D.C. is awesome. I loved it. I loved going there. I realized I love freezing cold East Coast cities. I love it when I go to Pittsburgh and it's a freezing cold East Coast city. I love going to Chicago when it's freezing cold East Coast city. I just dig it. I just dig the vibe.
Pigeons are cool, dude. Don't talk shit about pigeons. Yeah, hey, how's it going?
I did a lot of walking around. I got to go see, you know, some touristy things. I went and saw the Constitution, the National Archives, the Declaration of Independence. You know, these are important things. I think every American needs to go see these documents and go to that museum and look at the exhibits and read the words that people have written. It's meaningful to me. It's impactful, and that was important. And in addition to just cool DC stuff, current issues notwithstanding, getting to meet and talk to and hang out with people like Mark Gunter. I mean, Mark Gunter, at least in the vape space and definitely in the Grim Green sphere, carries a lot of weight. And I respect him so much that it was incredible to get to sit in the Supreme Court directly next to not just Mark Gunter, but I'm sitting next to Todd Wages of Wages and White Lion. I'm sitting next to the man who's currently suing the FDA. Unbelievable experience. Obviously, I love any time I can spend with Greg Connolly and getting to meet Vape Law Guy, other Greg, and getting to meet Cliff Douglas. I mean, Cliff Douglas. And Cliff Douglas shook my hand and thanked me. I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I've been trying to ride that feeling ever since. I think big things are happening to the vape industry in 2025, and listen, I'm here for the ride, and I'm going to try to report it to you the best way that I possibly can. I might not always be wearing a suit. I'm going to put a whole mess of links in the description. This has been a Grim Green video. Let's stay cigarette smoke free. Yeah, every single day.
It's like 10:30, and I'm just gonna smoke.
So, sorry that was so long. I try not to. I try to keep this.
You're not sorry.
Well, a little bit. I mean, I had to pee. It was so long.
I agree with Jim.
So there's really nothing to know yet. At least the conservative justices are taking it seriously. Sotomayor, man.
She's an idiot. So just like Kagan, and well, Kagan's not as bad as Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Yeah.
Just like Dylan. Dylan's an idiot.
Hey,
Dude.
you're in a class all by yourself, buddy.
Dude, you actually pay attention and listen.
Exactly.
And you sit and roll over on cue.
Only when Chuck and Terry tell me to.
Sorry. Oh my goodness. So yeah, they got to reconvene later on, and they're going to follow up.
Yeah, but they could also have it any minute too.
Oh, okay.
Depending on what the court wants to do. I kept up with it last week through on X.
Awesome.
Yeah, Greg Connolly, Graham.
Yeah, I've only been watching videos by Grimm because I got all this other BS I'm dealing with. So.
Damn it, Dylan.
Yeah.
Don't blame me. What the fuck?
Dylan, get down here and build me a bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're too far, Chuck. Unless you want to pay for my plane ticket to come down there.
No, you just go in that barge and lift your bell and work your way down there.
I'm gonna have your dad put you in a box with a bunch of peanuts.
It's fucking evil. Pop out like a birthday surprise. Happy birthday!
Shit. So, well, but Trump was quoted saying, I mean, they got him on video saying that he's going to say flavored vaping. So
yeah,
maybe,
but that doesn't mean anything in the court.
No, and not in the court. No.
All it was, the thing I got out of all of it, they didn't push hard enough on the Chevron deference.
Bye, Jerry. Have a good night. I hope you're feeling better.
Terry.
Good night. Good night, Terry.
See you, Terry.
We love you.
But yeah, amongst all the other shit going on right now and what's going to be going on between now and January 20th, yeah, different interests I keep an eye on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the crazy drunk woman from Canada that's wetting herself because she thinks Donald Trump's going to take over Canada.
Yeah. Oh shit! I got a video about Trudeau and going down to Mar-a-Lago and talking to Trump, and Trump saying, "Well, I guess he says Trudeau said to Trump, Mr. Trump, are you serious about the tariffs? You could wreck up Canadian economy." And Trump said, "Well, if Canadian economy can't handle paying, not ripping off the American people to the tune of $100 billion, then maybe they can become our 51st state."
Yeah. But nobody has that kind of humor.
No. I bet Trudeau almost pissed himself too.
And he did that when he walked up to the steps, you know?
Yeah.
But he's so used to Biden just kissing his ass.
Yeah.
And now he's got somebody that's going to stand up to his stupidity.
Yep.
Shit, I've never found that picture, that X-ray. It was showing, you saw the handshake between Trump and Macron, giving him a man handshake.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a man hand on X-ray. It says, "You see what happened to Trudeau?"
No. I missed that part.
Yeah, it was funny.
So Intel's new video card is coming out, and I could be wrong. I was thinking that it's still not worth it, and I'm waiting for actual reviews. But if it sells for an awful lot less than some of the, if it sells for like 150, 200 or less, actually, their new GPU, their new video card could actually be worth the money.
Huh. That'd be interesting. Oh, did you hear about Google's
What?
latest? It's a quantum chip.
Oh, that's right. I can't remember.
I forget what it's called. Aurora? No, it's not Aurora.
Willow.
Willow, yeah. But it's supposed to like be able to get into quantum mechanics and dimension shifts and all this crap.
I'm surprised they didn't call it the TARDIS.
It should have. Looks like a phone book.
Shit. Well, see, what we got to do, the technology has to be where they can make the chip run on so little current that it hardly heats up at all.
Yeah.
That way they can make everything smaller.
Yeah, but all them quantum chips and shit are encased in nitrogen.
To
keep them cool.
That would do it.
Yeah. Shit, it's been so long since I looked up at any of those quantum computers. You know, the last one I looked at was a Cray.
Oh, yeah? I can't remember. That's been a while. Qubit grid, 105 qubits. But what country did they create this in? I wonder. I'll have to look into that. Y'all remember that breakdancer from Australia? They called herself Ray
How
Gun.
can you forget? I'm sorry. Oh my God.
Somebody, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, you guys take it easy on Dylan's girlfriend.
Oh. Yeah, somebody decided to make it into a musical, and she copyrighted everything about it. Yeah. Got a little video here. Let's see here.
I swear I won't do it again, Chuck. Promise.
Wait a minute.
Chop, chop.
Here we go. Oh, that's us. Let me
That's
check.
us.
Here we go.
Chris?
I got to figure this shit out. It's still taking me too long to do all this.
Hey, you you big bloody beautiful legendary fair dinkum absolute rip snorter ridgy didge bonza ripper bloody fair dinkum.
Sorry, I forgot to mention.
Plans on deporting people.
What the hell? I forgot to mention that
Hey, you big
this is a video of a guy explaining the situation.
bloody beautiful legendary fair dinkum absolute rip snorter ridgy didge bonza ripper bloody fair dinkum rip snorter beautiful 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 bastards. Here's me face. Sorry I had to pad that out. My last video got demonetized because I just said, hey, you big bloody beautiful bastards, and that was within the first 7 seconds of the video, and you can't swear within the first 7 seconds of a video. Fun fact. Anyway, Ray Gun.
I promise we're not going to have to watch the whole video, just some of it.
What? Like, I didn't think I'd be making one video on the topic of Rachel Gunn and her breakdancing shenanigans, let alone 2 videos, and now I'm making a 3rd video to cap off the year. So, what's happening down under is that comic Stephanie Broadbridge has been writing and rehearsing and planning a musical, a parody called Ray Gun the Musical. And right as she's about to do her trial show, in swoops Ray Gun with her lawyers and says, you can't do that. You can't do that. It's infringement. So let's go through Steph's video and have a look at how it went down, because it's entertaining.
Hi, I'm comedian Steph Broadbridge. I'm just hanging out in my casual day wear
Fucking, it's just my casual day wear. It's not, is this trademarked? Is Australian bloody green and gold outfits trademarked? Nah, good stab.
My trial show tonight for Ray Gun the Musical has been cancelled. Ray Gun's lawyers got in touch with the venue and threatened legal action.
Oh, you slimy. It's slimy, isn't it? Instantly. You know, I don't look forward to many musicals besides like Les Miserables and maybe The Sound of Music, but I was looking forward to this one. I was looking forward to Ray Gun the Musical. It's going to be at like bloody Sydney Comedy Festival, Melbourne Comedy Festival, Edinburgh Comedy Festival. I'm in Perth, so I never see anything. But that's kind of fun. Like, tyranny of distance is quite a good thing for Aussie Man, because sometimes people are like, let's go after Aussie Man, let's fuck him, let's copyright troll him. And then they're like, oh, he's so far away. We can't do much. And I fight tooth and nail. I'm a little fighter when it comes to keeping me content up. Because copyright's a big topic for me. That's huge. And you got to argue that shit tooth and nail. Fair dealing, fair use, satire, parody, commentary, review, which I think she would kind of fall under with the live show. I don't know. We got to look into it, everyone.
So we will be refunding everyone their $10 or comp ticket back for that.
Big money being shut down. $10 and comp tickets.
Her lawyers trademarked my poster, which is flattering. I hope they do something fun with that.
Whoa, wait. Her lawyers trademarked your poster. So you did the work on it, or you had a graphic design do the work on this bloody Ray Gun the Musical poster, and they've trademarked that? If the trademark office does a lazy job with all of this, I'm going to be very pissed off, because even the word Ray Gun, I think she's trying to get that name trademarked, but I don't know. A ray gun is like a pew-pew, isn't it? So is it original? Is it Hola?
Anyway, so that's the gist of it. But that move that they were doing in the picture, that's Ray Gun's signature move, the kangaroo.
I think I saw Michael Jackson do that back in the 80s.
Oh, so it might be copyrighted to him in Thriller.
Oh.
Yeah. The Thriller dance.
Damn it, Dylan.
Don't blame me. I had nothing to do with that.
Damn it, Dylan.
I didn't have nothing to fucking do with that.
Yes, you did.
No,
Every
I
bit of it.
Like I already explained to Jim, I'm not a millennial. I'm Gen Z.
Yeah.
Keep telling yourself that.
Look it up. Search up what is people born in 1997, and it'll tell you I'm a fucking Gen Z.
It's not millennial.
Exactly.
The millennials were in their late teens and early 20s in the year 2000. Yeah, you're Gen Z.
Told you.
No, so you have to take your shoes off to count, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, not really. I don't.
Shit, fucking Ray Gun. What an idiot. Oh, man.
Cheryl, just know me and Chuck are getting a divorce.
I don't think so.
Oh, it looks like I'm stuck with Chuck then. Jesus Christ.
Maybe that would be a good thing to...
What's going on, mad scientist?
Hey, Vinny.
Hey, Vinny. Haven't seen you in a while.
Hey, buddy. I saw a video. I saw him on Twitch earlier today. He was showing off his printer. It was printing. That's what was happening.
Did it print?
Yep. 3D
Good.
printer.
Wow.
It was printing in 3D. Here's a little something funny from Joe Rogan.
Maybe that would be a good thing that we would like to avoid from a dying former president.
Have you considered that global war may be embarked upon almost as an act of spite as well as economic necessity? The Biden administration seems hell-bent to have as its epitaph and denouement. Joe Biden was here, Kamala too, remember her, be unburdened by what might have been. And Hal, you'll know we were here because we provoked Vladimir Putin into a needless nuclear conflict just days before winding down our disparate, wan, hopeless and tedious administration. Here's Joe Rogan, talking about Joe Biden's bellicose appetites in the last days of his administration. Surely it can't be coming from dear Joe Biden, a man who's almost entirely made of ash at this point. But someone seems pretty desperate to provoke a nuclear war. Let's see if they'll get their wish. Looks like the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Please, please, can I go to Disneyland in a baseball cap that's slightly too big? And can I please, please start a nuclear conflict before I'm ushered out of office like the ash that I almost am?
Safer is right now they're launching missiles into
That's
Russia.
Yeah.
How are you allowed to do that when you're on the way out? Like, the people don't want you to be there anymore. This should be like some sort of a pause for like significant actions that could potentially start World War III.
Amen.
Maybe that would be a good thing that we would like to avoid from a dying former president. It's the whole thing is nuts.
I mean, look, I don't know shit about politics.
Zelensky says Putin is terrified. Fuck you, man. Fuck you people. You fucking people are about to start World War III.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Russia fired a missile today.
I feel like
they fired an intercontinental ballistic missile for the first time ever. It's the first time one of those has ever been used.
it's insanity.
It's fucking insanity, because those intercontinental ballistic missiles can have nukes on them. This one didn't, but if it does, the whole world changes. And it changes because of the military-industrial complex, and it changes because of the money that's going to Ukraine, and it changes because the outgoing president or whoever the fuck is actually running the country has decided to do something fucking insane.
Okay, that's enough of that. The rest is just repeating all of this shit. Basically, it looks like two things going on with Biden. One, he's senile and is not fully aware of what he's doing. Or two, he's got short timers. Either one is really bad.
No,
but
update on that. Today I was reading a story that they've fired 6 more into Russia. So, anybody got a subscription to Preparation H?
Nope.
And it burns. That ring of fire.
It's the old butt pucker before it even gets there, you know?
Yeah. Oh shit. Forgot to change the screen back. Sorry, guys.
Damn it, Dylan.
Don't blame me. I don't have control over his computer.
Did you guys?
Should have.
You guys know Jim? You were JT. Were talking earlier about. Go ahead. Oh, y'all were talking earlier about AI making shit up, right? Or getting.
Oh yeah, it was lying.
Yeah. Well, now they're calling it hallucinating because AI's not savvy enough to check its sources. It sees something on the web and it immediately calls it fact. So.
Yeah.
Like 90% of America.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, so it's closer to human than we were led to believe.
Yeah.
It's dumb and easily led.
You guys watch Redacted?
On occasion, yeah.
Yeah, here's a little something by them about the AI hallucinating. Come on. There we go.
AI has hallucinations, like kind of drug trips. That's what they call it when AI tells you something that's totally nonsense. According to Google's AI model, this is based on incorrect assumptions made by the model. But how does that happen? I'm going to show you this hilarious example of it, and then we're going to try and collectively figure out, how did the computer come up with this? Well, this made my week. It made me laugh so hard for about the last 24 hours, and now I can never get over it. And I'm calling my children Hunter to Butts. I want to get a dog named Hunter to Butts. So the View host, Anna Navarro, said that she used AI to look up past U.S. presidents that have pardoned their family members or in-laws. And it came up with this post, which she then felt comfortable to put on her X account, saying Woodrow Wilson pardoned his brother-in-law, Hunter to Butts. And then she goes on to talk about Bill Clinton and Donald Trump pardoning. Only the thing is, you see that community community note there is that there's no Hunter DeButts. We have no record that Woodrow Wilson ever knew somebody named Hunter DeButts or was related to. It's so funny, too, that she's like, tell me again how Joe Biden is setting precedent with her laughing emojis. And then the community notes just handles her. Hunter DeButts was never pardoned. He's innocent, whoever he is. So later she explained that she got this from ChatGPT, as if that's better. Here's her post about it where she just looks it up. So it's not like I'm someone with gravitas, I know history. No, she looked it up on her phone and then put it on. So now we know how ABC News is getting their research. Believe them at your own peril. But like, how does this happen? What I'm showing you there is an AI hallucination. They made up Hunter DeButts. The comments on this post, you guys, are gold. It's like people saying, what about Hugh Jess?
Right.
What about
Jess.
D's nuts?
D's nuts. Your partner D's
What
nuts.
about Amanda hug and kiss?
Yeah, that's the kind of shit. They're calling it hallucinations now. And with the little I know about mental health, I can see that because it's getting bad input and it's accepting it as truth.
Gigo.
Mm-hmm.
Garbage in, garbage out.
Yep. That's
But
right.
you remember when they had those supercomputers they were using they were running through Alexis. There was two of them. They were coming up with their own language and stuff. And then they added a third one and they started becoming racist towards it. And I mean, doing shit, dogpiling it. And they had to shut that down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had to rewrite it.
So, yeah, the genie's out of the jar, but I've heard there's guys setting up their one where you can have one of your own, an AI for yourself to work with, input anything you want and everything. So, that'd be kind of neat,
That technology scares me so much that I've been trying like hell to avoid it because I'm afraid of what I might do.
Oh, you're going to be like Data's brother, are you?
Yeah. What did he do?
He created his own army, man.
Oh, wow. That's a trip.
No, but we've seen all the old movies, man. They explained this about AI and robots and space women.
Hmm. One second.
And now look at the dance Democrats have to do. One of the things that I will not yield is my respect for Jon Stewart. I've always wondered how people that had died in the war, members of the liberal establishment, but are people that I suspect of having strong ethics and principles. And Jon Stewart would be one such person. If you've ever seen him like standing up for and standing with first responders in New York after 9/11, if you've ever seen him take on political figures on his show or reach out in good faith to Bill O'Reilly, you'll know that Jon Stewart is a true comedian, and a true comedian has to be able to take on hypocrisy and corruption in themselves and in others. Here is Jon Stewart right now dealing with the complexity of the Hunter Biden pardon. Pardon used to be what I thought Kamala Harris said after one of her inevitable and involuntary hiccups. Now I know that pardon is what the Biden family give to one another after a series of crimes.
The problem is the rest of the Democrats made Biden's pledge to not pardon Hunter the foundation of their defense of America, this grand experiment.
One political party remains committed to the rule of law and the other doesn't. It's that simple.
Hunter Biden's not above the law. No one is above the law.
My voice is above the law.
Democrats stand for the rule of law.
We accept the outcome because that's how the rule of law works.
The rule of law is above us all. It's kind of like a god, but a god made out of paper and pen. It's a principle we've all agreed on. What's it been derived from? Well, rationalism, I suppose. We've just rationally decided there's a thing called the law, that there is an order amidst chaos, that order emerges from chaos. And who conducts it? Who is in charge of it? Who manages it and uses it to decide what speech is free and what speech isn't free, and what crimes are crimes and what crimes are not crime? We do. We do.
Because the justice system that convicted his only surviving son is the same justice system he's vowed to protect.
Justice.
Yeah, whatever. So, it's only a big deal because he kept saying he wasn't going to do it.
Yeah, well, he shouldn't have made the pomp and circumstance about it, you know?
Yeah. Yep, he kept saying, the law is the law. No one's above the law. And now he's doing it.
But they've been saying that the whole time.
Yeah,
no one's above the law every time they come up with something stupid on Trump. But yet, when you go, what about the laptop, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you're trying to destroy democracy.
Democracy.
I wish somebody would destroy democracy. I'm sick of that word.
Go back to a full republic, like Texas used to be.
Well, at least know what you're trying to, what your word you're trying to use, unlike me trying to be able to get them out.
Oh, yeah. No, I think democracy is a perfect name for it.
I still like it. Two wolves and a sheep trying to decide what's for dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a conflict of interest.
Dylan, you're going to have to quieten down, boy.
I'm not even saying a goddamn word. I'm listening.
You're being rude.
You're being rude
out there.
Being extremely rude.
We can have a conversation amongst each other. That's what we do. We're trying to give you some advice on life.
Oh, you've been trying to give me advice for I don't know how long, and it's failed.
Yeah, that's because you don't follow the instructions.
Correction, Chuck. I'll follow yours and Jim's instructions.
Whoa.
But Nate's never.
You watch your mouth.
Yeah, I'll have you know.
Oh, I love these videos. Run that fat bitch over.
Boom!
Yeah. Bro, this is the best part. He tries to stop the car.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Why do you, what are you thinking? Spider-Man, yes, what are you... What?
I'm sorry. It's the scooter.
Yeah.
Every time. Head on.
Back up, Jerry, back up.
Oh, it's like my car.
Hit him.
Did he just smack them with the door?
Yep.
There
you go.
Oh, man. I love how everybody's cheering, too.
Yeah, but now you slam on your brakes and she'll go face first.
Oh, man, this is good. They get him out of the street. Yeah, there it is. She's so resigned. I know. Even the biker was angry. Think about how fucking obnoxious you have to be to turn cyclists against you.
The Germans
is
we were
fucking
watching
bad.
pull them out of the roadway.
Even cyclists are against you. Why do the cars slow down? Probably because it might mess up the car if you run them over.
Yeah, it does.
The same as you don't want to hit like a deer. Yeah. Might dent the car. Yeah, some of them are fat.
You just so fake that fall.
Yeah.
You're trying to push the. You're trying to push the car. What do you think you're doing?
Fuck, take him as far away as you can.
Probably 5 of the strongest dudes in the entire world couldn't push back against a car. It has like 700 horsepower.
No.
Do you know how
Your car
strong
has
a fucking
700
horse
horsepower.
is? Think of 700 of those.
No, that's
What are
your
you
car.
thinking? Are you insane?
This guy streaming, his name's Asmongold. He does a lot of really base stuff on YouTube. He streams on Twitch full time, and then they edit it and show it on YouTube, and that's where I catch it.
700. The car's okay. It has 70. Okay, let's say it has 3. That's still too many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck? You
Yeah,
stopped it.
if it has 3, it's too many. So 15, too many. 70, way too many.
This is good. Get that
What's
phone.
this? What happened? Sorry, I didn't see it. I was distracted.
Yeah, you were.
Yep. Bro, he kicked the phone out of his hand. Watch.
That damn phone.
That was impressive. Look at that. Watch.
I bet he plays soccer. Ah!
Little shit. Oh, God. Whoa.
Ooh.
Oh my God. Oh man. Should have used oil, not water. Yeah.
Yeah.
I say hit him with skunk stink.
I love how this guy has a skate deck,
European, man.
but there's no wheels on it.
Yeah.
Why would you even have this with you in a? Did he plan this? Why would you have like? I mean, because for snow.
Nah.
No, snowboards are way big. You just bought it. Maybe you're right.
Yeah. Oh man, I've got to find some of those without the guy narrating. That's some good shit.
That is good shit.
Yeah, but we've always got the biker babes.
Now to that warning from
The
the
biker babe.
Took out Antifa.
Oh.
Chased them off.
Damn.
They decided to protest a biker bar.
Mm-hmm.
The bikers didn't go out. The women did.
To take care of the women outside.
Let's say pants were shit and tears were shed, and it wasn't female.
Yeah.
Just sounded female.
Protesting a biker bar. That's such a wonderful idea.
That's why
Oh,
you gotta love the biker babes, man.
They don't take shit either.
But neither did those cowboys. It was in Wyoming somewhere.
Oh.
And they were trying their little bullshit, you know, that we're going to take over and you're going to. And they just lined up all on their horses on Main Street and just proceeded to walk right into their crowd. And they go, you can't do this. Just don't talk to me. Talk to this.
Yeah.
Talk to the horse. And he don't listen.
Wasn't that the ones that had the plow horses? The great big ones?
Oh, like draft
Well, the ones I saw all on saddle horses.
Yeah, no, I've seen them.
They walked them all the way to town limits.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't talk to me. Talk to the horse. He don't listen so well.
Yep. Human logic's not going to work, especially when it's bullshit logic.
Yep. But crazy.
That and that fat little bitch that got put down by the cops.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I'd like to find that.
FBI to iPhone and Android phone users. This is about the security of your communications. ABC's Alexis Christophorus is here to explain. Alexis, there's a lot of debate between iPhone and Android users, but this is actually serious.
This is big time serious. You're right. Look, texting is a way of life, right? It's sort of second nature for us. Well, now the FBI is warning that if you are texting between an iPhone and an Android, the Chinese government may be able to see your messages. U.S. officials say the Chinese have hacked their way into the SMS system that sends those green bubbled text.
Let's see. Go ahead.
Doesn't it seem funny? It says FBI warning.
Yeah.
How many people are going to jump on this because it says the FBI?
I wonder.
I'm not.
I'm just wondering what China's going to do with JT. Call me when you get a chance. Thanks.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm at the corner. Come get me.
Yeah,
It's like
go ahead.
Jimmy Choi.
I don't know how that's a benefit or, you know, a detriment to national security, but hey.
Yeah, I'd like to see how they handle it.
Between users of
Gonna have to
different
come up
phone
with a code,
systems.
JT.
So to keep your text messages safe, cybersecurity experts are recommending using encrypted programs like WhatsApp, Signal, or Telegraph. There are lots of them out there. They also recommend using a cell phone that automatically receives those operating system updates. And be careful not to text sensitive personal information like social security numbers, credit card info, or your passwords. Of course, a foolproof way to protect your text is just to pick up the phone and call, right? We just don't do that anymore. This FBI warning comes after the White House said a global cybersecurity attack occurred this summer in which they say Chinese hackers breached at least 8 telecom companies, including AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile, in order to spy on top U.S. political figures. U.S. officials say they are still trying to help those telecom providers get the hackers off their networks. They don't have a timeline for when that will happen. Guys?
So the hackers are still on the networks.
That's wild.
Wow.
See, those green bubbles, always trouble.
They're tracking the messages
Green
between me and my
bubbles,
mom now because
always
she's
trouble.
got the Android, I've got
Really?
the iPhone. Yeah.
Oh, Mama
It's
Sharon.
not.
Yeah.
Here, let's put all your shit on this special encrypted, and that way we can go ahead and get a hold of it, translate
Yeah.
it for the Chinese, and sell it to them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're just mad the Chinese are getting your information without paying.
Well, the FBI's been rather busy this week and last week. They actually do crime stuff and shit.
Yeah.
Well, they got to make themselves look good. Well, Christopher Wray left today, or resigned.
Yeah. And Mayorkas is leaving.
Yeah, he's trying to find a back door he can sneak out of.
Mm-hmm.
He's got.
Hey, good night there, Bachelor.
Good night, Bachelor.
Later, bud.
Zip text to train their AI.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, I'm at the point. They have to prove that themselves worthy of my trust.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Yeah, that could be FBI justifying their existence.
Mm-hmm. Well, you notice they were saying it's the iPhone, the latest iPhone.
Mm-hmm. Well, going between that and a Android. Yeah.
That's where they say they capture them. But
yeah,
like I said, trust but verify.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to look into that too. They're saying it's happening in the interface system, and I'd like to find out. Shit. Hey. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Hey, Jim, you got a joke for us?
Oh,
I forgot
I was worried Dylan was going to break into a dance force this time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I kind of might want to see that.
Yeah.
All right, so there's this guy, he takes his toddler to a diner, and they're sitting down eating, ordering the food, and while they're waiting, the kid's getting impatient, so his dad gives him 3 nickels to play with on the table. Well, he turns his head for just a second, turns around, and the kid's choking, and the nickels are gone. He starts panicking. He screams, "Anybody know what to do? My kid's choking." And this woman, she stands up, she runs over, and she goes, What's wrong? He goes, "He's choking on some nickels." She goes, "Oh, I know just what to do." She reaches down into his diaper, and she gently squeezes, out pops 2 of the nickels. He goes, "No, ma'am, there was 3. She reaches in there again, she squeezes again, out comes the 3rd nickel. Kid's breathing fine, everything's cool. He goes, "Oh, ma'am, thank you very much." He goes, You've got to be a doctor or at least a nurse." She goes, "No, I work for the IRS."
Damn. Oh, my God. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see here. All right, I put the link in chat. If anybody wants to join us after the show, feel free to come on in, and we will see you next week. And I'm going to try to get all this shit worked out. Where's my outro? There it is.
God
See you
bless.
real
Stay
soon.
fair for America.
Don't be a dick.
Stay groovy. And remember, damn it, Dylan.
Damn it, Dylan.
Good night, everybody.